All Elite Wrestling Executive Vice President Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, who is also one half of the Tag Team Champions, recently took to Twitter and revealed that he had a pretty bad case of you-know-what in early September that kept him bedridden for nearly 3 weeks. Jackson also revealed that he couldn't taste or smell for 2.5 months, and that at one point his whole body had hives on it, and his doctor said it was definitely from you-know-what. Nick Jackson then revealed that his brother Matt had to do the majority of the work in their matches once he returned safely because he couldn't catch his breath, and also revealing that his cardio is finally back, but it took months to finally feel like himself again, which is why let's protect each other, wear a mask. He also noted that it's crazy to think that there are still you-know-what deniers out there in the world, and this is from a Nick Jackson Instagram post. During the last episode of Talk Is Jericho, Chris Jericho spoke to Dr. Alex Patel, an ICU doctor based out of Toronto, about the you-know-what pandemic. Surprisingly, Jericho revealed that he had an episode that he tested positive for you-know-what back in September. Also, same time Nick Jackson, but experienced no symptoms associated with the virus. Quote, I tested positive maybe back in September. I had 0 symptoms. I had my 10 days in isolation and stayed away from everybody. I didn't have a symptom. I didn't even know I had. I went and got tests in general, and they said I was positive. I was like, really? Are you serious? Close quote. Jericho went on to discuss how he thought it might have been a false positive initially, but said that whenever he takes a test now before shows, the results always shows that he has the antibodies. I just want to note, so this also at the same time Lance Archer and Nick Jackson had both tested positive around the same time. One thing to note that our own Joe Turner also mentioned was that at one point during the interview, Jericho also said that he lost his taste and smell. So clearly he did have symptoms. If he lost his sense of taste, for a company with such transparency, it comes a bit of a surprise that Jericho's result was kept secret. However, Jericho did come into fire in August for performing multiple concerts with Fozzy, including one at the Angel Sturgis motorcycle rally in South Dakota, which was a super spreader event from what I hear. In the weeks following, cases saw a significant increase, with around 200,000 being attributed to the event. The show was notorious lax for its you-know-what protocols. So Chris Jericho got it, and so did a bunch of other AEW wrestlers in September. AEW console games will feature several modes except for GM mode. Sorry, nerds. A huge announcement was made back in November that All Elite Wrestling partnered with Uke, and we all know about everything going on, the No Mercy video game. Well, during a recent they want to make it like WWE's No Mercy, but during a recent interview with IGN Japan, Kenny Omega revealed even more details about the upcoming console video game, and according to Omega, AEW's console game will feature campaign, multiplayer, create a wrestler, and various other unusual modes, but it won't include a GM mode. Instead, the mode will remain unique to the mobile game called AEW Elite GM. Makes sense. He also revealed that he joined AEW on the condition that he would be a part of the company's gaming division, and the AEW World Champion even talked about the game's retro influence. Chris Statlander reveals an update on her torn ACL. Back in June, she tore her ACL and was out for a long time. According to reports, Statlander's surgery to repair her damage ACL was successful. I'm not sure when she's going to get back in the ring. She spoke with the people at Pro Wrestling Junkies and provided an update. Quote, it's a very serious injury. I would say my knee is close to being healed, but it's such an extensive and long recovery process to make sure I'm ready to go. Sometimes it takes people up to a year to get back, but it's coming along for sure. I'm definitely pushing way harder than I need to be, but I do it because I know I'm going to come back stronger in the end. AEW star Trent won't need to get surgery after suffering a recent injury. So Trent was sidelined. We know that. His last fight took place almost a month ago on December 12th edition of AEW Dynamite as part of that 12-man match. On Christmas Eve, Trent took to Twitter and announced to fans that he had partially torn pectoral muscle and able to be compete for months. Dave Metzler, in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, gave an update on the extent and how long. He said, quote, Trent will be out of action 4 to 5 months with a partially torn pec muscle. He is not going to need surgery, close quote. So that is good for Trent. Now, we'll see what's going on now with Chuck Taylor and his feud with Miro and that whole thing taking place at Beach Break in February. Will we get Trent back then? Probably not, but we could see Trent back over the summer. Congratulations are in order for Matt Hardy and Rhea Hardy for adding a new member to their family. It was announced that they are expecting a 4th child together. And this time it will be a girl. So Rhea and Matt welcomed their first son, Maxwell, in June of 2015, their second son, Wolfgang Xander, in June of 2017, and their third son, Bartholomew Kit, in December of 2019. So congratulations. The Hardy clan has now a girl, and we congratulations to them.